Greetings, everybody. Welcome to the Shoko International Spoken Word and Hip Hop Festival. Brought to you by Magamba Cultural Activist Network. Make some noise for Magamba. Show some love, people. Y'all throw your L's off in the air. Now this right here, this crazy session, this crazy, energetic, rowdy, rebellious, revolutionary, poetical session, right, is the Slam Poetry Express, brought to you by Pamberi Trust. Now, let me hear you make some noise for Pamberi Trust. What?
Two play with a few cadences, I'm a parlay. In space, I'm still doing sway till the verses reveal they self, and I'm on my own. Many ones on late, make me claim since talk, but they all the same. The exact same thing, the exact same themes, and works the exact same way. Now I'm gonna take a nap when I'm hearing that crap. Just get me on past this path. I'm gonna make a new path, but man, that's how it sounds when I rap this. When I travel, who knows better, my Lord, keep traveling. 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 Who knows better, my Lord. I'm really what I do like this never been done. I'm ready to try to come with an investigative show. Try to have fun with the travel and
I'd like to thank the poets for coming through and picking up the numbers. It was very random. You know, the Poetry Slam is a democratic process. You saw us putting the numbers in the revolutionary beret, you know, of His Eminence, and we presented it to the candidates, and they came through and selected the numbers, and here is the list for all to see. You can film this, take photographs, you know, souvenirs. This is an international lineup. Word. Right now, using the powers vested in me as master of ceremony, I randomly, and I would like to put the word random in bold and underline it, I randomly selected judges for the Poetry Slam. They are seated amongst us. I'm just going to ask the judges to wave their scorecards so you can see where the judges is at, all right? We have 5 judges in the crowd. Unfortunately, I don't know what happened to the west side. No judge over there. So it's all east side tonight. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I think the west side is more on this side. You know what I mean? Word them up. All right? So, real quickly, this is how the Poetry Slam works. Okay. The Poetry Slam is kind of like a game where poets present poems and judges judge. The judges have scorecards from 1 to 10, right? So they can decide if a poem is worth 1 point, 2 points, you know, up to 10 points. All right? But the judge's decision in this house is not final. Okay? So those members of the gallery, those who represent people of various opinions, you know, povo, you know, in the building, you can protest if you feel a judge has been unfair or too generous. Now, in the cases of too generous, I don't usually want to encourage povo to be stingy with regards to marks, you know. So I will not be lenient as the final adjudicator. But you can protest about low marks, and the judge is compelled. Okay, judges, here's a rule. If the people protest, you must change your mark. You can change upwards or downwards if you are a very cruel judge. Okay, right? So that's it for judges and the people. So it's a participatory process. Okay, this is people's democracy right here. All right? Now, for the poets, when a poet comes through here, this is supposed to be machine gun fire delivery. rapid response, to the people's needs. So quick. So 3 minutes only. Okay, this is what happens after 3 minutes. Okay, 3 minutes, 2 seconds. Well, Biko is a good guy. 3 minutes, 4 seconds. Biko is still a good guy. 3 minutes, 6 seconds. Biko is the coolest. 3 minutes, 8 seconds. Biko is starting to feel that, but he's cool. 3 minutes, 10 seconds. 1 point off. Are you with me? Is this democracy? Right. So for every 10 seconds after 3 minutes, I will subtract a point from whatever the judges score, images like. Now, here's how we calculate the judges' score. We got 5 judges. One judge will be the most generous judge, who will give the highest mark amongst the judges. We ignore that judge. One judge will be very cruel, will give the lowest mark in the building. We ignore that judge. So we have 3 judges, and then we average them. It is my sincere hope that I'm talking to people that have done basic arithmetics and understand the meaning of the word average. We add the 3 sums together, divide by 3. Okay, and the highest poets will be reflected on the score sheet. Now, we have 13 poets altogether. 13 of them will make it for the first round. Okay? But only 7 will make it for the second round. And of the 7, only 4 will make it for the third and final round. Okay, this is how it works. Now, just to prove that this is a very democratic participatory process, I am going to ask someone to volunteer to be our respectable, dignified, honorable scorekeeper. Somebody that has done a basic arithmetic. I could select, that's the other thing I was told. I need a scorekeeper. Come on, people. Where the energy? If I say Shoko, you say whoa. Shoko. Shoko. When I say Shoko, you say whoa. Shit. Okay, yeah. Scorekeeper, please. It's just writing numbers, no letters. Thank you. Give it up for this general. Yeah. A round of applause for the one who is courageous. The only one in this room. What's your name, sir?
William.
Sir William is going to be our scorekeeper. He's asking, how much do I get? I was thinking like 3 glasses of water. I don't know what y'all think, you know what I mean? 4. Yeah. 4, that's democratic. Thank you, comrade. Okay, next. And now this is where we see where the H-Town blinks. Okay, how many people in the building got wristwatches? I know it's old school, but who's got a wristwatch up in the building? Who's the king of the bling? Who's got the wristwatch? Something you're proud to show the people. You got a wristwatch. Sir, could you volunteer to be our honorable, dignified timekeeper? Yeah. So we got a timekeeper. What's your name, sir?
Impy.
Impili, your head there. Yeah. Give it up for Impili, king of the bling, you know what I mean? He's got a wristwatch in the building. All right, but watch out, Mato. All right, cool, man. All right, so timekeeper. I'm going to need you on this one. DJ Marv, stand by for action. Yeah. It's showtime. All right. Now, a little bit of common courtesy. All right. When a poet comes through here, they are possessing this bowl of energy that they want to share. All right. It would just be nice if you shh and listen. It's about the ears tonight. The consciousness is about the mind. All right? I don't know how the ancestral spirits in Zimbabwe work, but it was only proper that the show be started by Mazitate Guru. Mazitate Guru on stage. Yeah. This is Mazitate Guru, but before he kicks this, okay, I want us to do a little example of how the democracy works. I will sacrifice myself for the struggle, comrades. Who to those that doubted my commitment and faith? I want to do a poem. I want judges to practice your judging on me. Those who hate on me, I see you. I don't do my poetry with my eyes closed. I see you. Those that are generous, I also see you. Okay? And life will go on after this slam. Okay, so here goes, alright? A Bobo Lion Babylon won't give me a visa. Because I'm a toy teacher, proselytist. Anti-capitalist, I'm the counter-culture. Rooted in the spirit like a Shona sculpture. Refuse to lose, fuse to propaganda. Eggs on the ballot, so we struggle no longer. The shit still keeps on coming on strong. Uncle Bob, Uncle Sam, or another Uncle Tom, we remain the same. Poor, unemployed. A black president or a female head of state. Another window dresser seals the working class fate. The democratic right to choose a new slave master. These are cosmetic changes to make the slave work faster. Yeah! What? Okay. 10 people, how did I do? Yeah, we got a wristwatch, but we don't really know how to, Okay, I forgive you. But stay away, boy. Georges! Beautiful delivery, Georges. Okay, I got an 8. That looks like a 6. Oh my God, where the people at? Yeah. What is that? Oh, that's an 8. Oh, a 7. Where is the 10? Damn. Okay, so we knock off 1 8. We knock off that player hitting 6. We got 2 8s and 7s. That's 16 plus 7. I went to school. That must be 23. Is that so? Yeah, 23 for the GOD. Show some love. Yeah. So this is how it works. Right about now, DJ Marv got the sound, alright? And everybody, you are now tuned into the sounds of Mazitate Guru. Word.
I once traveled in a bus with tinted windows. It was a bumpy ride, but on my side was a pretty young woman who fit my size. The bus made swirls and I could feel the curves. Yes, I mean the curves of the road, but also the curves of someone else. The windows were sealed and it was hot inside the bus, but before I even got inside, someone was already hot amongst us. Now, just as I started my pickup line, the brakes came into action. The bus came to a halt and she asked me a question. Do you seriously think you're my type? I replied, I don't know your type, but I know you're my type. You're the type that I type and chat with on Facebook and call on Skype. And for you to reply me, you have to type, so maybe I'm your type. She said, you're strange, but it's interesting. My interpretation was, you're okay, but not the best thing. I thought she meant I was a nerd. Yes, I'm an IT expert, but I never expected my character to be red. Now, the bus took off from the stop and I decided to take it from the top by saying, hi, my name is Tendekai. She looked at me like she was thinking, man, what's wrong with this guy? We've been talking this whole distance, it's only now that he says hi. My face is misleading. When I say I'm 21, people say that's a lie. So I'm stuck at 19. Just look at my face and you know why.
Yeah. I Mazitate Guru up in the place. I tell keeper. 2 minutes, 15 seconds, judges. I see a 4. Yeah. A 4. Okay. There's some protest. I'll come back to that. A 5. And a 6. And an 8. And another 5. Okay, what happens to the 4? Are we cool with the 4? Okay, judge number 4. Please do something. Okay, what's it gonna be? Okay, I got a 5 now. Okay, so how many 5s? I got 3 5s and 8. We knock off 1 5, knock off the 8. What? Sorry? It's a 3. Okay, I got a 3, I got a 6, I got a 5, I got another 5. I knock off the 6, knock off the player hitting 3, and I guess I have 15 points for Matsitade Guru. Give it up for Matsitade Guru. Right? 15 points, Matsitade Guru. Yeah, I've just been reminded, you know, it's an international poetry slam in German. This is something that I'm going to borrow, right? Something I'm going to introduce to you. When a poet forgets their words on stage, everybody, in the spirit of poetry slams, okay, you smile and you say heavy metal. And you allow the poet to breathe in, breathe out, and continue with giving you good poetry. All right? Respect. Next up on stage is Mwana Africa. Yeah, make some noise for Mwana Africa.
Africa, a melody, Africa. We will dance forever to the psalmody. Consistently enjoy the rhapsody. In your beauty and joy, I bury my poverty. My poem is entitled, Tears. Timekeeper. In the black communities, the first walls to rise will be a hose. These people got drunk and the generation was marked to fall. The blow of the whistle made us run for one bow, where only a few told the show. While least we were thrown to the ghettos where they knew we would never grow. The streets became new schools with new rules. There was nothing to choose. It was hustle or you lose. We searched for clues. It was never too late to be true. We gained freedom through the Black Brotherhood, but that never changed our moods. We have lost the black attitude to become the lost multitude. I say tears. Remove your fears. Come on near. Open your hearts and ears. I say cheer. For good just appeared. For good just appeared. Because Africa's become a red spot where AIDS has claimed the loads. But we can't watch this generation to rot. We ought to have black thoughts. Find solutions to the problems we have got. Plot ways that will keep us afloat. The drugs are brought. So the children need to be taught the right and what is not, than to boast of modernization and get lost. Tan boots and click suits, they should not take away the pride. We are offshoots of the African roots. Even the type of food should be no excuse. My bacon and my pizza. We can eat. We are a people who are eager, but they should not trigger an explosion in gold diggers, prostitutes, and strippers. And if I have to dig deeper, this won't make us bigger, but even more cheaper. Preachers, be true teachers, not to use the word to trick us. I say tears. Remove your fears. Come on, near. Open your hearts and ears. I say cheer, for good just appeared. Don't cherish what makes you perish, vanish and leave our names to be tarnished. Chase what you cannot purchase. Having your faces say to places where there's hatred of other races. Becoming nurses to other places when we have our own major disease outbreak cases. Cursing the African blessing which keeps us static. Knowing that African development is not going to be magic, I still say tears. Remove your fears. Come on, near. Open your hearts and ears. I say cheer, for good just appeared. Someone of Africa, thank you.
One Africa, yeah, timekeeper. 2 minutes 34, that is safe. I'm looking for a victim. Okay, judges. I can't see there. What? Oh yeah, 7-7. I got an 8 and an 8 and an 8. So one of the 8s goes, I got 2 8s. One of the 7 goes, I got 1 7. 2 8s plus 1 7, please. Mathematically is what? 23. Yeah, 23 for Mana Africa. Yeah. Respect. Next up, all the way from South Africa, Azania, this is KP on stage. Make some noise for KP.
Good evening. Let me just start by saying it's an honor to be here. And thank you. Yeah. I lied. You are not the most beautiful girl I've ever seen. I'm a lean, mean, truth-telling machine, and just because I locked my eyes into yours doesn't mean I'm aroused and keen. While you're still locked up in that memorable scene I wish I'd never been in. The thought of it just crawls underneath my skin. Remember when I said I fell into your hypnosis? Your perfume sipped into my soul like osmosis, dividing my attention like mitosis. For you I will clear the road like Moses, fill your pathway with roses. I'm crazy about you and that's my diagnosis. I see you ignite the smile and I get the chills that give me brain freeze. Sis, had I known you're this glorified ice queen that raises my temperature but still manages to keep my heart cold, I wouldn't unfold the naked scrolls of Shakespeare on that memorable moment I wish I'd never been in. The thought of it just crawls underneath my skin. So yes, I lied. You are not the most beautiful girl I've ever seen. I'm a lean, mean, truth-telling machine, and just because I locked my eyes into yours doesn't mean I'm aroused and keen. But I got sunburned, listening to your bright thoughts piercing through my ozone, so my heart is in trouble. Left open to the threads of true love cancer. I'm that liquid gushing through your veins in the reverse, searching for refuge inside your heart. And my poetry's like flame grilled feelings well done into words in form of art. And you must be that force that keeps angels and demons apart. I'm not Picasso. I am not Picasso, but I can still paint your smile. Using my dome as a canvas, welcome to my mental studio. Drawing your motion pictures like video. The mere concentration of your presence gets me sweating like cardio. And you speak to my universe in spiritual audio. But still I lied. You are not the most beautiful girl I've ever seen. I'm a lean, mean, truth-telling machine. And just because I locked my eyes into yours doesn't mean I'm aroused and keen. Those sweet nothings I whispered were really nothing. But to see you smile, blushing with charcoal shaded cheekbones, I'm complete. So in the effort of true love, thirsty to see you smile, I lied and told you, you are the most beautiful girl I've ever seen.
Give it up for KP, representing. Yeah, timekeeper. 2 minutes 16. Everybody is always, very brief about this affair. Okay, judges, I got a 10. Whoa! And a 7. Okay. A 9. Alright. And a 6. Okay, what do the people say about a 6, yo? Hey, yo, judge. Yeah, now listen to the people. Yo, judge, honorable judge. Okay, it's a 7. So I got a 9, and I got a 9, and I got 2 7s and a 10. Unfortunately, the generous 10 goes away. One of the 7s goes away. So that leaves me with 2 9s and a 7. That's 18 plus 7, 25 for KP. Yeah. All right. Next up on stage, Fairy Sister, Black Pearl. Make some noise for Black Pearl.
One, two. Timekeeper. When a woman is loved, words cannot handle the situation. They cannot reveal the simplicity of the complication. See, she becomes beyond reasonable definition, like an abstract work of art, and everything is too cliche to put your finger on it. On that day, poetry will not be enough. In fact, it will be unnecessary, for the very toes on her feet will scribble odd pieces in her path. Her veins will become a new form of vocabulary, and her breath will speak into existence the fantasies of her childhood. See, her heartbeat will become the music to her soul's poetry. For the beating of her heart will be like a djembe. The djembe's sound will bring music to her bones. The bending of her bones will be an unceasing dance, and the dance will bring clarity to the music in her head. See, her head and her feet will be completely in sync, so that the thudding of her feet will be an expression of her beauty. See, her beauty will be redefined and unconfined, for the texture of her skin will become as supple as the interior of her womb. Her shadow will mascara her body, her hair will accessorize her face, and her eyelashes will crown her vision, so that only perfection will touch her sclera, and her sclera will be as white and bright as the fullness of the moon, and her fullness will absorb her beholder. And when she loves him, she will turn her mind inside out and put her head over her heels. Yes, she will go crazy. Yet impossible comes within the reach of a weaker arm. She takes the inadequate and sufficiently trickles it down her spirit, and it reaches her lover without interference. For the service provider connecting her to him is kept available at all peak and off-peak hours. And the peak her connection reaches is beyond time's measure. Hours won't matter, no days won't matter, and years will be like minutes. Yes, she lives in a timeless time zone. She has gone crazy, mad crazy, because now she is loved. She will not need words to express her interior, because her interior becomes exterior, extraordinary, expandable, exciting, excruciatingly attractive. Exactly the kind that makes me exaggeratedly try to make every word rhyme when explaining her state of ecstasy. But she will not need words, because her voice will become a beautiful monotone, even when she does not speak, even when she does not sing, even if her lips were not apart. And her smile will be immaculate, even if her face were expressionless, even if she were asleep. Because when a woman is loved, she becomes music. And if music be the food of love, then play on, and let her djembe play. Let her music play. Let her express that she is loved. Thank you.
Yeah, Black Pearl representing in the building. Timekeeper. 242. I think we're getting there. We are getting there, but it's still safe. I got a 7, a 10, and a 7, and an 8. Okay, the 10 goes, thank you, but you know, one of the 7 goes. That means I got an 8 and a 7 and... Sorry, do I have my judges are really lively, you know? Okay. I drop off the 7, drop off the 10. I got 1, 2, 3, 8. That's 24. That's easy. 24 for Black Pearl. Yeah, show some love, please. Show some love. Yeah. Yeah, and all the way from Malawi is Nyamalikiti. Make some noise.
Magadi. Migrants of a Migrant Poet, Part 1, the Psych. I wish I could drop the paper and just perform. Look out for the I need an autograph, Sikino in your enchanted eyes. I said I wish I could drop the paper and just perform. Look out for the I need a private autograph, Sikina in your eyes. I wish I could test the piece of pickup psychology cowed from an internet dating guru. That 2 minutes of holding each other's gaze and you withdrawing yours faced. And therefore the spoken words hammer, you would be as good as mine. I said I wish I could drop the paper and just perform. Watch your boyfriend or your whatever sponsor for the night get lost in the magic of my words. Even before he could say, what? He's lost you and the contents of his wallet, the words. Under the potent spell of this poet's wand, the words. I wish I could drop the paper and just perform and not deprive you a good shot at my fantasy-inspiring physical features, a daydreamer's living pictures. especially these mustachioed chocolate full lips. Banned from last year's kissing Olympics for overqualification, both in size and in tricks. I'm saying I wish I could just let them use pop. Stand here, do my hustle without a prop. Make love to your intellect until you gulp. My lime lines erect with ripe rhyme of the migrants of the migrant poem, making everybody's jaws drop. Whoa. I wish I could drop the paper and just perform, but I just can't. You see, like an iPhone, I don't come with a card slot. My memory is already formatted, and factory settings to restore, I had lot. The mind is a bad thing to waste thing to recreate, even worse when it is sequenced with your ex-girlfriend's Facebook password, the president's secret phone code, your rich uncle's will's file number, and his exclusive club membership pins, all obtained by hack or crack. I said I wish I could drop the paper and just perform, but out of deference to the ghost poet back home who writes most of my work, now bound in a tome, damned by Beth to slam them himself, I want. Thanks.
Nomalekiti, all the way from Malawi, timekeeper. 2:22, we're dropping again. It's an unstable climate. Okay, judges. Okay, they taking their time. I see, I don't want to say that number, that one, no. 7, a 7. And then 8. We drop off the 8. There is a 6 up in there. What do you say to the 6? Okay, it's going anyway. We drop off the 8 and the 6. We got 3 7s. That's 21 points for Nomalikiti. Yeah. Yeah. Next up on stage is a fire sister. She goes by the name of Shopper.
Yeah. You know, in this global village, it's almost impossible to visit our family because of bureaucracy. Can I have more treble on the mic? I sound like a man. I know. You know I'm a feminist. Right, this one is called Migration Time. Butterflies can flutter by, dizzy dancing on the breeze, and moths melt like magic, sprinkling gold dust from their wings. Bird and bat and beetle wend from pole to pole, from end to end. Genetic maps, magnetic tracks in seasonal ebb and flow. They clock the time, signpost the sign, so the sun can soon follow. While viruses hitchhike unseen through bloodstreams as they go. In movement and in motion, Mother Nature runs the show. So, sardine schools shapeshift like ink stains darkening the seas. And dolphin armies dip and dive, torpedoes seeking meals. Shark and squid and manta rays crisscross the planet's ocean waves. Denizens of the river, like their cousins in the sea, translocate together or swim in solitary, roaming wide or ranging far or diving through the deep. The constant coming, constant goings, natural it seems. And as it is in heaven, so it is for sea and land. Animals change habitat in singles or in bands. They trek together, hoof and hide. Tusk and horn go side by side, escorting the rains across parched plains. They lumber along or they leap. tiptoe shyly or gallop full speed. Incoming, outgoing rhythm of life. It's easier for animals to move, to survive. No takeoff from an airport, no visa, no passport, no body search, no x-ray scans, no immigration hassles in new lands, no sailing from a seaport, no green card, no report, no radar and no sea patrols, no customs headaches for the shoals, no border post or barricade, police and army brutal raids, forced health checks and vaccinations, holding camps for deportations. Though migration is also a natural human quest to change habitat, only the rich are blessed. Countries only want those with means to invest, 'cause it's not the people, it's their money that's now the welcome guest. Yeah.
Yeah. Supper, representing timekeeper. 2 minutes 47. Okay, everybody's cool. You know, they're careful. I got a 10 and a 9 and an 8 and a 9 and a 9. The player hitting 8 goes. The 10 goes. 3 9s, 27 points for Sopo. Yeah. Y'all feel the energy. Just a little reminder, when the poet steps up onto the microphone, they alone have the right to speak. And in case you didn't notice, some of these well-dressed men, big ones that are standing there, they're actually part of security. So you know, let's respect the poets. Next up on stage, all the way from Kenya, Nairobi, is Team Muru. Yeah.
I don't usually do this. Timekeeper. These hunger pangs paint me different colors. These hunger pangs, they never painted black and white. Taunting all the time to dare me to pick and run with an unpaid eggplant from Mama Mboga's stand. Now she's screaming and yelling, Chica, Mwizi! Now she's screaming and yelling louder. But from all directions they hurry up and come, running, and only the one and only Jaja knows what they hold in them hands. I see crowbars, machetes, now they're screaming and yelling, Chica! But I keep running. And the irony of it all is that I pass by a shifty, pirated city shop and the voice in the city player keeps singing his song. Bad boy, what you gonna do? What else can I do but run? And at this point, I'm not hungry for bread, but for more breath and more strength, afraid not to miss my step. The law of attraction is unfair, he doesn't know how to negate to a trip and fall, and right there, I see my life ending. They say your whole life flashes like a short film, moments before you die. Scenes jacked from the back of my brain to be projected in the eyes of my face like a short movie. And there I see my mama crying, sick, dying on the couch. Her weak eyes trying to walk through the lines of the landlady's bad spelling on the eviction note. You see, they say, that woman never liked me, nor my sister. Because we once laughed aloud when she went to a shop and asked for funeral water instead of mineral water. My mother's funeral would have been a little bit easier hadn't she locked us out the eve of the burial ceremony. Sure, there are chapters where I run for the police and the city council, then finally the juvenile detention. But none of that is compared to these excruciating pain, bright blue and yellow flames, dark gray clouds choking me. And I fall on my knees and I roll over, trying to put out the fire, blazing in a tire they've now put around me. But as I roll, I take quick glances, and it's like I'm taking a trip to meet their eyes. I don't remember how it ends. The same reason you cannot remember the exact moment you went to sleep last night. But I remember my last thoughts. There was this woman who kept shouting, saying, asiyefunzwa na mamaye ufunzwa na ulimwengu. If I can translate it, it will mean whoever's not taught by the mother is taught by the universe. I just have this one question. Since my mother wasn't there, how can this be fair? Thank you.
Yeah, give it up for Tim Mauda, all the way from Nairobi, Kenya. Timekeeper. 2 minutes 29, wedding time. Judges, I got a 9, a 7, a 9, a 9, and an 8. The 7 goes, 1 9 goes, 2 9s and an 8. 18 plus 8 is 26, right? Yeah, 26 points for Team Wauru. Yeah. Moving on with a Poetry Slam Express. Next up on stage is the rhyming sister, Flo Child. Yeah.
Nervous as hell. So, yeah. I have mastered the art of invisibility, of being absent from reality. I'm the type that hides behind blank facial expressions, behind neutral conversations, because I cannot bear to be seen. I find it's easier not to exist in this world of mass media constructed images of a kind of beauty which most of sub-Saharan Africa seems to lack, which means a darker-skinned ethnic sister like me is pretty much non-existent in the eyes of the global machine, except as the stereotypical victim of poverty, disease, and conflict. The concept of an intelligent, beautiful, natural African woman has to be a lie, a myth, because I can't seem to find myself in your magazines, your movie scenes. Your pictures dominate my vision, but in none of them do I find my own reflection. So I simply choose not to be there. And yes, I'm quite aware of the price I have to pay for letting myself disappear, for not allowing I to be here with me. It's true, I lost sight of myself along the way. I guess watching too much television has damaged my vision, because I can't seem to locate my own self. It's like I'm looking at the world through distorted lenses. All I see reflected back at me are Western mainstream versions of pretty. So I guess I have to adjust my perception, either that or become my own optician by diagnosing the problem and prescribing its solution, which in this case is putting my reading glasses on and losing myself in books with cool titles like Purple Hibiscus, The Stone Virgins, and The Bluest Eye. In their pages, I am perceived through the third eye, realistically, three-dimensionally. So please keep your limelight. All I want is to be seen in the right light, to be viewed as I really am, for who and for what I authentically am.
Yeah! Yeah! As the flow time, I don't give a do I have a victim. 1 minute 57 seconds. Okay, short and sweet. Charges, I see a 10, I got a 10, I got a 9, I got a 10, I got a 9, 1 9 goes, 1 10 goes, 29 points for the flow time. Alright. Yo, next up on stage, all the way from German, this is Mrs. Sarim. Make some noise! Yeah!
Hi, how are you? It's my first time in Zimbabwe, and I'm really happy to be here with you. I'm really privileged to be here. Thanks a lot. And I wrote this today, so forgive me for reading it from a piece of paper. It's about my background and migration. It's called World War Me. People ask me, where are you from? What's your home? Who are you? I'm the United States of whatever. I'm a world war. My mother, German. My father, English and French. My birthplace, Gibraltar. My town, Berlin. Oh, come on, fate. Seriously? What were you thinking? It's a miracle that my body hasn't exploded yet. My immune system is in a constant state of civil unrest. The three continents flowing through my blood, French, English and German, have been at war for the better part of human history, and the only thing that keeps them from still fighting is financial interests. I'm a world war. In Germany, people like me are called migrants because the Germans have difficulties accepting the fact that foreigners would view Germany as their home country. In Germany, I'm not allowed to take part in elections because I've got a British passport, but I'm expected at the same time to pay taxes and follow the leader. Germans hate the British because they invented football, play better music and dress nicer. The British hate the Germans because they play better football, a game the British invented, and they hate them because they're richer, although Germany has lost the war. And the British hate the French, well, because they're French. And the French, they just hate everybody. My mother always said that I was incapable of tidying my room, in fact, incapable of generally surviving on my own. What the hell was she expecting with my heritage? The English fucked up Africa. The Germans fucked up the whole world. The French, well, they just fucked up. People ask me what I am, and I tend to answer that I'm human. People want world peace, but this world's piece of shit. There will be no peace as long as I have to show a passport every time I want to visit a friend. And if we can't even decide on one unified computer keyboard layout for the whole fucking world, how can there be world peace? People ask me where I'm from and I just stand there answering, no clue, mate. My father's half English, half French, which will make me Franco-English. If it weren't for my mother, who's German, which makes me, well, Anglo-Franco-German. But then on the other hand, I was born in Gibraltar, British colony, which is half Spanish, which makes me, what the fuck? I want to know what home is. I've been wanting to know what home is since I was 6 years old, and my French cousins called me German, my English mates called me Frenchy, and my German classmates called me Tommy. I have no clue what my home is, but if you rightly say home is where the heart is, then my heart is on the road. My heart is a nomad, so my home is a suitcase where every night I take out my dirty washing and replace it with memories I collect in the places I visit. Home is anywhere somebody invites me to and offers me something to drink and a bed to sleep on. And I don't care where you come from, all that matters to me is your heartbeat. And if you have a heartbeat, well, I may be French, I may be German, I very probably am British. But if you have a heartbeat, something to drink, and a bed for me to sleep on, well, excuse my French, but for fuck's sake, this is home. Thank you.
Give it up from this is real, all the way from Germany. Alright, thank you. 2 minutes, 58 seconds. Yeah, that was close. Okay, George is 8, 9, 7, 8. 8. Okay, 7 goes down, 9 goes down, 3 8s, 24 points for Mississippi. Yeah, public announcement. Okay. Looks like the other side is getting a little on the other side, you know. So let's keep it on that side, you know what I mean? Welcome up. Next up on the stage is none other than Isik. Make some noise.
Could you just give me a few seconds for my heart to slow down? Time, keep the time. The traveler's path was perilous for average cats. He carried a backpack which contained a double-edged axe. He roamed through wastelands in the darkest of days where many had forsaken and even forgotten the way. He was from one of the 5 tribes who were given the truth to preserve through an art that they kicked as the proof he drank from. Eternal streams below the earth where water was clean. On the surface, nothing was all that it seemed. Hordes of marauding warlords were out looking for wealth. And our scouts found those who weren't moving in stealth. Brainwashed, they were sent out to steal from their own. Using the sacred art, they wasted the ink for the poems. They took the blue pigment, mixed it with the blood of their victims to make dream, which was worshipped in this time that they lived in. He had arisen for this mission to inspire the vision of small communities of people who required the spitting of a sayer. He was one of the last of the tribe. When he approached, people shouted that a master's arrived. And they would bring out the boom bap, giving them the rhythm to begin to spill out all the epics that he had written. He spoke of history and of the future, interweaving words dancing on his tongue that would leave the people dreaming. Not in a sleep state, but spiritually awakened. The future theirs for the taking. And then he would move on before dawn, couldn't stay for too long. His job done when the ones he encountered grew strong. This was his calling, carving out kings from slaves. And he survived off their love and the gifts they gave. The world had seen many changes over the ages, like it was dying in his heart. He was hoping to save it. They had known the path had chosen him. When he was born, his heartbeat matched the drum he would later be speaking on. He had arrived on the planet in dangerous times when masses were blinded by these liars faking the rhyme. So began his journey like the ancients, known as the griots. He met imprisoned minds and he chanted rhymes to free those. It was long since he had met a clan of his peeps, but today he could hear beatbox in the east. There were 6 masters in a circle and each spoke free, tapping into this realm that they had breached. One man covered his mouth as he gave him the beat. So he approached and said peace, and he started to speak. The ancient ritual of the cipher was complete. Each was celebrated because every style was unique. They lost track of time. It lasted 3 hours or more, but they were stronger now, replenished, not tired at all. After, they broke bread and went their separate ways. He roamed alone till the end of his days, the sayer.
Yeah. Senate representing timekeeper. 2 minutes, 48 seconds. Okay. Getting bloodthirsty. Okay, 9. I see a 9. Georges. Another 9, and an 8, and a 9. 1 9 goes, 1 8 goes. 27 points for Cindy! Yeah! The next poet on stage is coming all the way from the S to the A. She goes by the name of Lugale.
Good evening, everyone. Sunny Bona. I don't know how to say it in Shona. Day. Okay, I'd love to thank everyone for inviting us to this wonderful session. It's a blessing to all of us. Thank you. She is looking for salvation. But where does she find it when places of worship have turned into modern day pick-up points where money and fornication have replaced the blood and body of Christ, where holy books are stuffed with everything else but praises to the Almighty? The sister told her, if she wants a rich husband, she better hit the malls, buy herself a stunning outfit and make a date with the Lord. True to her word, a brother begged for her attention, claiming he saw her in his dreams. She was the chosen one. The same pickup line he used on his wife of 10 years back home, dodging landmines and fighting off sex-crazed rebels, fending for their 3 kids, praying he'd at least remember his promise to send money every end of the month. Ugogo told her, to search deep inside her soul, find that place safe from outside influence and corruption that, coupled with self-love and respect for others, is salvation. But then again, neighbors labeled ugogo umyedeni for she bent isambatho sakhe and never set her foot in church again. The day Father instructed worshippers never to give coin and collections. What happened to giving from the heart? In the city, false prophets dressed in expensive suits prey on young girls, turning them into drug mules. The bait, and all expenses paid church retreat overseas, including luggage and all. Those lucky enough to make it past security checkpoints find themselves prisoners of forced prostitution, far, far away from home, with no salvation in sight. Now, whoever invented the idea of bearing our souls to greedy dark angels whose passion is not of the Christ completely missed the point. We need not look further than our temples for salvation. Thank you.
Give it up, yeah, timekeeper. 2 minutes, 7 seconds, Georges. That is 22, right? Yeah, 22 points for Lugula. Yeah. All right. Next up on stage is the 5 to the dot, aka Aerosol. Yeah.
One, two, two. Yo, what up? Yeah, you guys doing good? Can you give me 2 seconds just to do a sound check and then this piece is called Chaos. Last night, in a dream, there was a comet on stage, trailed by 1,000 light beams. How would you define colossal? A brother or a comrade, a foe or apostle? Tell me if words can seal fate. Does it mean rhymes could get my people jumping out their hospital beds? Cause if I had one request, I'd beg his audience, then ask for one less, that was all. Cause every time you're on the scene, you're colossal on stage with a mic and a pipe dream. And every word that you utter could be pieces of a broken planet floating through infinity. A prophet without honor, an honor without no prophet, a salmon against the mainstream. They may not splatter our story or magazine. The next time that you felt you'd be reciting on stage pages of accumulated wealth, realigning the constellations, defining the revolution through subversion and concentration. But remember, save strength for self-sustenance, even though your sketches and rhymes could save this fucking nation. Cause if I had one more request, I'd ask who saves all of the saviors of populations. Cause it's a shame that our stories will be heard by 1,000 ears, but sometimes it's never our own. And it's a shame that our circumstance supplies a backdrop for stories we'll never own. And it's a shame we can stand here, a planet on the stage, but inside. Somebody asked me why we gather. Is it because something's right or just because something's wrong?
Yeah, the aerosol and full effect. Timekeeper, 2 minutes. Hey, did you measure that? Okay, yeah, Georges. I see a 9, I see a 9, I see an 8, I see a 9, and I see an 8. One of the 8s goes, one of the 9 goes, 1 8 and 2 9s. That's like 18 plus 8 people, 26 points for aerosol. Yeah. Right. Next up on stage is Mandisa Mavuto, all the way from Botswana. Bots representing. Make some noise.
Hi. Freedom, you're a troubled soldier when I ache for you. You bear me fruits that don't come willing and a willingness that don't come cheap. Freedom, fight the troubles off me. I don't know you or Jesus. Lately I thought that you'd had reasons, baby, why we kiss when I'm confused. Why you whistling the blues and shades of complicated sunset. I'm not looking for a lover, not another favorite song. No more questions for my worries. Keep my restlessness alone. I heard that you were baptized on a rainy day. I thought anointing came in flames. I watched my toes turn blue in vain for you. Freedom and my heart to please. I suffer and I ache for you. You bring me gifts that don't come packaged and a heart that never listens. Perhaps to leave a prayer on my tongue is why we kiss when I'm confused. I get confused each time you sing the blues. It complicates the sunset. Are you that Jesus dream I never find? The one that leaves me heavy on my vacant side. The vacancy's alright, but why'd the choirs and the nations and the rhythm thinkers leave? I could have learned to sing for you, polished all my gifts for you, complicated less for you, rewrote the blues in scripture, maybe. Freedom, you're a troubled soldier every morning when I wake for you. I've asked you to be patient like a weaver, build our dreams around my madness, build again for me and then for three. I'll build you little freedom soldiers between learning how to breathe and while we kiss, because I'm confused. If you like, we'll call you Lord. My Lord, please call us your beloved. I've made a son for you with all my might. I didn't call him freedom, didn't tell him we was chosen, never took him to the mountaintop, afraid that he might wait for you. He's a troubled little soldier and he aches for you. Sometimes he wakes and sweats from peace withdrawals and dreams about the warfare. And we can hear your people marching to keep spirit thieves away from us. Baby, are we hard to please? We do not like to suffer, but we ache for you. Perhaps we're troubled like a soldier, too troubled for a soldier, leaving troubles on his shoulder while we kiss, 'cause I'm confused. Thank you.
Yeah, make some noise for Mandisa. I timekeeper, how did we do? 2 minutes, 20 seconds, judges. I got a 9, I got a 9, I got a 9, I got a 9. This must be a conspiracy. And a 10. So 1-9 goes, 1-10 goes. I got 27 points for Mandisa. Yeah. And that does it for the first round of the Poetry Slam Express. Okay, DJ Mom. Give them on a 10-minute little session. Whilst the scorekeeper, calculates and sees how it's looking. We'll be back after 10 minutes for the second round. Give it up for all the poets who participated in the first round. Make some noise, Manda and What? Yeah.